Hey, Shalom. First thing and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect, noise in the gospel of God. Lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. It's just a quick lesson through the spirit, man. Titled Jake Trust in Egypt. Okay. What's so funny about this whole ordeal is the fact that our people really don't have any faith. And you can see that there's going to be a problem versus the people that have faith versus the people that don't have faith. Because what they're doing now in Babylon and these different, these leaders of the what they would consider free world is that they're creating a proverbial division among people that's dealing with it and that's not dealing with it. And notice that when you tell people you're not really dealing with it, they kind of look at you kind of funny because they fell for the propaganda. They fell for the lies that the anchormen have told. All right, so now it's coming to a time that you're gonna have to start supplanting people when it comes to them asking you questions, man. Like they ask you if you received a snake bite. You may say that I haven't thought about it, or you have to probably say, well, yeah, I'm thinking about it, etc. Versus to you break down, well, no, why you ain't taking it. It's a time and place for everything. You know what I'm saying? Like today, man, I was talking to my supervisor, and he asked me, he said, are you snake bit? I said, no. And, he said, and I'm like, are you? He said, well, yeah. He said, the only reason why he did it is because his wife made his kids do it. I'm like, see, that's strike number one. I said, for one thing, your wife should be making decisions on your health or your medical shit. That's number one. Jake, they always simping for their women. They always let their wife seem to make the decisions. And if you notice, if you let a woman make decisions, it's ruinous, especially if it's not through the spirit. Okay, because for one thing, why would you allow your kids, and I'm assuming his kids got to be over 12 and up, because I believe that's the age bracket that they can receive it, okay, with a few exceptions of babies, etc. Because I was reading briefly an article out there in New York that if you are having a baby and you're not, what's the name, then they're going to keep your kid. They're not going to return your kid into you until they, put the snake bite on you, so to speak, which is the ultimate form of draconianism. And that's what it's coming down to, man. Okay, like brother sent out an article too about they having it this thing under the skin type thing. Y'all know I'm getting at with that. But basically, man, they can track and they can trace and do what they have to do to determine who's who. And that's what we've been pushing for a long time. Okay, but getting back to it, I'm assuming the guy's kids is about 12 years old and up, because he like, well, my wife made my son go and do it. And he like, so I went ahead and did it. So that way, whatever happens to my son is going to happen to me. And back of my mind, I'm like, these people ain't got these people out their damn mind, man. I said, dog, like that people have their faith misplaced in the wrong thing. And then this is the weak argument Jake always used. Well, I'm eating certain food, it's in the water and the air and this and this and that. If they was really going to try to do something, then they just would have. That's in the back of my mind. I'm like, I'm not finna get into it with this nigga, man. I'm like, man, I'm not even finna get into this debate with him, because it's too early in the game. They just know that when they try to, bring forth certain shit, then they don't see me no more. Then they'll know. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a dumb argument. That's a weak ass argument that Jake deal with. Well, I used to smoke, I used to do this and this and that. That's a weak fucking argument, man. You can't use an argument like that to justify your dumbass decision, man. Because most people do that because the decisions they made was... What's up, man? The decisions they made, they know the decisions they made was ruinous. That's why they come up with the fucking argument like that, man. And you can't do that. That's stupid, it lacks faith, and it's not on point. All right? And that's the excuse that a lot of Jake is going to use to make themselves feel good. You see? And that's not the spirit to be in. If you in that spirit, the Most High will destroy you. Okay? So this is the book of Isaiah 30:1. It says, woe to the rebellious children, says Yahweh, that take counsel but not of me, that cover with the covering but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. Right? Because you're going down to Babylon. You're trusting in the powers to be to get you through a tough decision when they can't even deliver themselves, man. Okay, they can't even deliver themselves. They can't stop themselves from going to slavery. They can't go to outer space fully. They can't do shit without the Lord's approval. So why would you put your trust in a bunch of people that can't save you, and that's set up for the aid in your demise? Okay, because these same people that you're listening to, they've tried for 500 plus years, matter of fact, since the beginning of time, to eliminate your black ass. So that's just a dumb argument, man, you know. And it says that walk to go down to Egypt, which in this case, Egypt is America, aka Babylon the Great. It says, I have not asked in my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt, man. Okay, you trusted in Egypt. And the crazy part about it is, everybody heard about the truth, man. Especially working among Jake. If you were Jake, you know who the Israelites are. Okay, whether you ran across IUI, CHOI, you know, any of these splinter camps, or even if you just a Facebook alike, a Facebook nigga with some dreads that know you an Israelite, then you've came across this truth. And for damn sure, I know you've came across GMS. Okay, because we pump the most shows out there. We do the most works out of all the nation of Israel. Great Millstone is the camp that get the work in, man. And we do the work day in and day out. Okay, and it's the reason why it appears we have the less views, because this word is going out to the four winds of the earth. So if you were Jake, you've heard about this truth. Ain't no nigga never heard about, well, I ain't never heard about the Israelites. Yeah, right. Especially when you working directly in the city, and then we go out every week. Everybody's seen us, man. You know what I'm saying? Whether they say it or not. So you have no covering for your sin. Like Yahushua said, he says that, man, if I had not come, they may have had cloak, but now I've come, they have no cloak for their sin. So the warning has went out. So there's no redacting on anything. If you got the snake bite, then hey, it's 9 times out of 10, you know, your ass is grass. Because the Most High don't need individuals like that. But then again, you may have those select few that may be healed, because miracles are getting ready to come back in a big way. Okay, and these are things we're speaking into existence. These are things we're boldly proclaiming through the Spirit. So one thing about it, brothers, when you pray, make sure you pray with the conviction, and make sure you pray with receiving, man. Look, I'm going to receive this blessing. Okay, because quiet as kept, we healed the brother D-Mash. We healed him based on that final testimony I gave, man, because they've tried it twice already. I didn't know that. And by the brothers and the elders being in that room, I said, nah, man, we going to heal you. And I said it with conviction. I said it with knowing. I said, there's too many men in this room. And if we can't hear you, then if we can't heal you, then there's a problem with us. You know, that means that something ain't right with us. And I told him, I said, no, bro, we gonna heal you. He was like, well, man, you know, brothers prayed on me. I said, fuck that. We gonna heal you. And when I said that with that confidence, that brother never suffered from that again, man. But that's not really talked about. But nonetheless, I said, we gonna heal you, bro. And I don't know if brothers grasp the concept of when I said that, but through the Spirit, I'm like, no, we gonna heal you. And that brother was healed. Okay? Like when Salakia, Paul prayed to the Most High 3 times to get the thorn out, and the Most High didn't remove it. But it's something about those increments of 3s that solidifies the Spirit, man. Okay, and I can't remember what the number 3 means on the chart. Have to look it up. But it's something spiritual. All right? So it's going to come a time that we are going to be healing Jake that's suffering from all types of diseases out here. But for the majority of you, no, you're not going to make it. All right? It says, therefore should the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust of the shadow of Egypt your confusion. Right? Because you're going to realize that these people you put your trust in was never for you anyway. You're going to find out they've been lying to you. They've been duping you. Okay? They've been trying everything in their power to get rid of you. Okay? The shit in the air didn't work. The shit in the food ain't working. All right? The system, the social systems, you know, the child support systems, you know, is not taking out Jake at a higher enough rate. So therefore, they come up with more methods to do so, which is what we're going through now. All right. And Jake is going to realize, like, damn, man, these people that resisted this shit, they really was in the right spirit. We the one that fucked up. Now, what can we do? And it's going to be too late for a lot of you. And it says, in the trusted shadow of Egypt, your confusion, man. Okay. Because now Egypt is telling you, hey, this, then you got to take this. You got to go there. Do this. It never fucking end, man. It never goddamn end. And you should know that, man. How many social EXPRIMENTS that's been done on your ass? You niggas still don't get the point, man. You still don't get the point. So how much more the Most High is going to destroy you? That's why I just shake my head at Jake. Like we mentioned in the camp, I said it's to the time I don't even talk to Jake, man. I only want to talk to him. I hear and I observe and I shake my head. I'm like, yeah, these Jakes, man, they don't have it. And it says, for his princes were at Zoan, and his ambassadors came to Hanes. And they were all ashamed of a people that could not profit them, nor be a help, nor a profit, but a shame and also a reproach. So when you look on the news and you see all these anchormen, you see Dr. F, okay, you see Bill Gates of hell, you know what I'm saying? You seeing this chick, what's her goddamn name? The Pelosi bitch. Then you got Biden, creepy Jim Crow Joe, and the redhead chick, Psaki. All these look, man, all these demons, these devils, man, they're not dealing with you, okay? They hate you, and they want to see you be destroyed, okay? Because you notice that they're pushing it the most on Jake, but Jake is like, I don't know about it, all right? But reads down, it says here, I'm going to go down, verse 7. It says here, for the Egyptians shall help in vain and to no purpose, because there's no purpose for it, okay? It's all based on falsehood, man. Therefore I have cried concerning this, and their strength is to sit still. Now go write it before them in a table and note it in a book, that it may be for a time to come and forever, right? Because these things are written in the scriptures, and the scriptures say that my word shall nowhere pass. Scriptures say my word should abide forever. It says earth and heaven should pass away, which goes into this rulership, but my words by no means should pass away, okay? And this is what they do. It says that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Most High, because technically it's against the law, statutes, and commandments to put anything in you, okay? And it says here, which say to the seers, which are the prophets, see not unto the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceit. So Jake want to hear that everything is going to be all right, because in the whole form of normalcy has been nothing more but going backwards. You've been backsliding while they're trying to say, well, look, this is to bring us forward. And clearly that was not the case, because a year and a half later, look how far you've fallen. It's getting worse. It says, get you out of the way, turn aside out the path, and cause the Holy One of Israel to cease before us. So wherefore thus say the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise his word and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay thereon, therefore this iniquity should be as to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking comes suddenly in an instant. So that's going to be the judgment of a lot of you Jakes, man. All right, it's going to be the judgment of a lot of you Israelites. 2/3 of you, you can forget about it. All right, we'll see you on the other side, because you refuse to take heed unto the men of the Lord. You know, one more precept. This is the book of John 15, John 16, and I'm gonna start it. No, John is in John 15. John 15 and hold on. I know I'm overlooking it. Maybe in John 16. Cloak for their sin. I know it's in one of these. Cloak. There we go. John 15 and 22. I passed that. Anyway, this is the book of John 15, and I'm going to start at verses 21. It says, but all these things they would do unto you for my name's sake, because they know not him that sent me. Because these people claim to know God, but they don't know the Most High, man. They call him God, which is a title. We call him Jesus, which his name is Yahushai. And it says that if I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not sinned, which goes back to Ezekiel. It tells you that even though they may die, the blood will be on your hand. Okay, so therefore we tell them to deliver ourselves, because you tell Jake, you know, and we're not saying go on a job and start telling your supervisor, it's a time and place for all them things. That's the reason why we pump out these shows, because these niggas know about us, man. They've been warned. Okay, now you may talk to a Jake on the job and say, nah, that ain't the wise thing to do. But at the same time, you got to be very circumspect. But regardless of it, the word is out there. That's what matters. Whether you individually told a person or the word, period, the fact that you're out there teaching the word, so they have no cloak for their sin. It says, if I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not sinned, but now they have no cloak for their sin. All right, so therefore they're not going to be parting for the wickedness that they're doing. They're not going to be reserved, because they chose to partake in folly and in the ways of the beast system. But anyway, brothers, I'm going to end it there. Giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Bashim, Yahweh Shai. And with that, Shalom and a Baba Ball.